Hi, I'm Derek, and I thought I'd just go through what we're seeing on this little web browser version of the map. Here we got these stars are our 4 or so Imperial worlds that we're responsible for, or that we have to go and collect the Imperial tithe from. And we're seeing some, each world is just going to, after a certain amount of time, based on all of their variables that we talked about last time, are going to produce, a fleet's going to leave from there, and we're vaguely tracking how that's going to go with these, we should see these Aquilas flying away from our star icons with a jagged trail. And what we're seeing is a combined map of the warp and the galaxy. So we're seeing these ships as they're also in the warp, and we're seeing the planets in real space and in their location in the warp as well, because we have some warp storms going on very nearby our test here, and some orcs. We see the orcs are a constant presence, and they are these green blobs and stripes that are moving through, and sometimes being stopped. There's a few reasons for why they might stop. And zoom out, numeric keypad a little bit more, and we see Terra there, and I've given it a 300 light year sphere and a smaller one. But I think that shows us that if we zoom all the way in and then zoom all the way back out, we're only 1,200 light years from Terra. Numeric keys so that we can move around a little bit. Tricky because we're on a rotating plane, but this is mostly just a test to see if it's going to run on a web browser, and it looks okay. There's some glitches, but I've gone through and I've been able to build the ships that I want, ships that break apart that I want, ships that when they're destroyed and they've broken apart, they congeal into space hulks. And I've got a very rudimentary system of characters and very, very, very basic, very rogue-like way to explore these space hulks. All in 3D because the space hulks are actually being held together by gravity, so destroying a section might we just want to grow these things organically. And ultimately, I want the game to feel like a painting, and to hurt the player. I want it to. Here we see the eye next to Terra a little bit. I'm not going to move it. There we go. We see the eye winking in and out, and as the eye winks, it gives us a visual indicator of when the eye is open. We're going to have a lot more chaos manifestations. Now, I don't think we're tracking that right now because we just have the orcs and some of these random fleets, and if we look, we can see that these guys are not, they're not perfect. They're getting lost in the warp. They are trying to get to Terra. And this is stuff that the player won't see for the most part. This is just above ground and one of the reasons why it's so ugly. Oh, I guess it was a 3,000 light year sphere, so we were 12,000 light years away, which is a good distance. The galaxy's 300,000 light years across, and we can see this poor little chap who's leaving off on the left side of the screen. He is lost to the warp, and he's not coming back. And that's because, well, I've seen a lot of numbers. Oh, somebody made it. I've seen a lot of numbers, and they're quite, it depends on who you go by, but not every ship that leaves for Terra makes it there. And, well, thank you. Thanks for letting me have the opportunity to explain a little bit better in words than I could do in writing. Oh, we just had a flash of a warp storm. We're tracking warp storms because they are what makes traveling to planets difficult, even centuries, thousands of years after their passing. Well, thank you. I'm going to continue working on it. I just wanted to put it out there a little bit of baby steps getting back into it. Hopefully I'm going to redo all the art so that it doesn't feel Warhammer to me at the moment, and I think we need to fix that. All right, well, thank you very much.